I've got a PDF document here. I'm going to drag it to the Photoshop icon on my dock. You could go to Photoshop and do File, Open, and navigate to your PDF document. Either way, however you need to open it. But when you try to open a PDF in Photoshop, you'll get this dialog box, this Import PDF dialog box. So there's a couple settings you need to pay attention to here. Since your document is a multi-page document, you want to be sure that all of the pages are highlighted in this region. Hold down the Shift key and click on each of the pages to make sure they're all highlighted. The other thing that you want to do is make sure that this is set to color, RGB color, under the mode setting here. Make sure this is set to RGB color. And you can specify your page dimensions here, otherwise it's going to open up to your text will run right up against the edges of your document. So you might want to specify an 8.5 by 11 US letter page size. So this is going to open each page as a separate Photoshop file. There's no other way to do it in Photoshop. So this is the setup, and you can use 150 ppi for the resolution. I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and you'll see it opens two Photoshop documents. Now, it has a transparent background, so what you might want to do first is flatten the document. So in the Layers panel over here, you can go to the Flyout menu and choose Flatten down here at the bottom. And that just gives you, whatever was transparent becomes white, solid white. So, and let me do that for this one as well. So flatten. There we go. Now what I've done is created a style to make this easier for you. I don't normally do this sort of thing in Photoshop, so trying to figure out a way to do it as efficiently as possible, I created a layer style, and I'll send that to you separately. But what you want to do is you want to add a blank layer above your image layer. So at the bottom of the Layers panel, click the Add New Layer icon, and we'll call this, you don't have to name it, but I'll just call it Highlighting. And then using your marquee, rectangular marquee tool, drag a box around the part that you want to highlight. So in the case of your World-Class World Series document, just drag a rectangle around the line that you want to highlight. And you want to fill that with a color. It doesn't really matter what color it is. So you can just do Command Delete to fill with whatever your background color happens to be set to. And that puts that fill on its own separate layer here that we've labeled highlighting. So here's the trick then. Once you've got that first box there filled, go to your Styles panel. If it's not open, you can go to the Window menu in Photoshop and choose Styles. And after you've installed the style that I sent you, the yellow highlighter style, just click that style. And that's going to add the yellow highlighting effect to that box that you created. Now if you go back to the Layers panel and turn that background layer back on, you can see that we've now got yellow highlighting over the selected line, over the box that we created. But here's the cool part. Now that you've got that style applied to that layer, you can simply draw more boxes using the rectangular marquee tool. And when you fill with whatever color, foreground or background color, so do Command Delete, for example, it automatically applies that style. It's all in the same layer, so the style is being applied to the layer as a whole. So anything that you create on that layer is going to get that style applied to it. So once you set up that initial layer and applied the style, it's really quick and easy then to highlight the rest of the lines on that page. Now you will need, if you want to send it out as a PDF, you will need to export this or save as PDF and then rejoin all those pages back together. Alternatively, you could send it out, save each of these documents as an individual JPEG file. And I think the document you sent me was like 4 pages, so it would be 4 JPEGs that you would attach to an email. That's probably the easiest way if you don't have Acrobat, which is what you would need to join those multiple PDFs back together. Probably your best bet is to send them out as JPEG files. So anyway, hopefully that helps. I'll send you the style via email, and all you got to do to install it in Photoshop is just double click the .asl file, which is the Photoshop style file, and it'll show up in your styles panel then. So anyway, I'll get that over to you, and you try it out, see if you have any questions. You can try it on another PDF, see if it works for you, and let me know what happens.